Meantime, security is being beefed up at the Miami courthouse where protests are planned. John Fenoglio is live in studio with the latest on what we can expect. John.
Well, sure, Micah, that's right. Former President Trump is in Miami, said to be huddling with lawyers tonight ahead of his court appearance tomorrow afternoon. That's when he's expected to surrender to authorities and respond to charges that he mishandled national security secrets and tried to block government efforts to retrieve them. Former President Trump arriving tonight in Miami ahead of his historic court hearing tomorrow.
The documents, whole thing is a witch hunt. It's a disgrace.
Over the weekend, Mr. Trump on the campaign trail, blasting the indictment and special counsel Jack Smith, who is leading the investigation.
Deranged Jack Smith. As far as the joke of an indictment, it's a horrible thing. It's a horrible thing for this country. I mean, the only good thing about it is it's driven my poll numbers way up. Can you believe that? Way up.
Mr. Trump was indicted on 37 felony counts, some under the Espionage Act, for mishandling classified documents and obstructing government efforts to get them back. Federal prosecutors alleging that after he left office, Mr. Trump kept hundreds of boxes of classified materials at his Florida Mar-a-Lago estate, in storage rooms, a ballroom, even a bathroom, including top-secret files relating to military vulnerabilities and nuclear capabilities of both the United States and foreign countries, and alleging Mr. Trump suggested to his lawyers they destroy or hide documents from Justice Department investigators.
President Trump will have his day in court, but espionage charges are absolutely ridiculous.
The former president's defenders insisting the indictment is politically motivated.
This is the most political thing I have ever seen.
But not all of them. Mr. Trump's former attorney general says the facts appear to show Mr. Trump was reckless with U.S. national security.
It's a very detailed indictment, and it's very, very damning. And this idea of presenting Trump as a victim here, a victim of a witch hunt, is ridiculous.
And legal experts say there is a key difference between Mr. Trump's mishandling of classified materials and those found in the possession of President Biden and former Vice President Mike Pence.
President Biden and Vice President Pence apparently both discovered that they had classified documents, should not have had them, alerted authorities, and cooperated with authorities. We're just looking at the facts of the case. A former president had documents he shouldn't have had and apparently failed over and over again to turn them over.
All right, Mr. Trump's court appearance will be at noon our time tomorrow. No cameras or recording equipment are allowed in federal court, but we've learned that a transcript of the proceedings should be available later in the day. The former president says he will plead not guilty. Officials say security will be tight around the local courthouse, their federal courthouse there, and that state, federal, and local law enforcement agencies are prepared to respond to unruly demonstrations. Micah, back to you.
John, thank you.